Thumbs up.
Hi. Evening all. This is the one I was trying to click on. Good evening, everyone.
Piece of paper?
Yeah.
Toilet paper?
I'm lazy, so I'll just say hello, wonderful people.
Ah,
I mean, that's pretty good.
you know what? I'm with you, buddy.
I mean, I'm ready for a nap.
You know, we should take a nap like that.
But just like
Watch
crash.
it. Yeah. Let's see who snores first.
Canada spoke in 75 in Tacoma.
Yeah, I like the Tundra better.
You need help. What's up, Car Gift?
Hey, Portugal.
What was I watching where they went to Portugal? There was a movie I just watched. Oh, the movie with Gal Gadot, whatever it was, where she's like super spy.
Yep.
Yeah, they went to Portugal in that. And I was like, the whole time I'm going, oh, man. I wonder,
When the car gift works.
Yeah. Good evening, gents. 97 and sunny. Yeah, yuck. Minnesota. Yeah, that sucks.
Minnesota?
Minnesota, don't you know? Eh?
Okay.
Would you recommend the Sony XAV AX3200? You know, all the Sony stuff is pretty solid.
It is great.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
If you don't want to have a bunch of stuff, you know, like you just want a radio and you just want it to do like radio stuff, and you don't want a whole bunch of crap hidden in it, which is the crap that's what makes the other radios more exciting. This Sony is great for that. You know, those Sonys are awesome. They're easy to install. They're easy to use. I mean, I think last week that's all we put in was Sony's, or the week before last. I don't know. It all blurs together. They're solid. We put in like 2 or 3 3200s. So I mean, yeah, it's a solid little radio. The only thing that, like I said, the only thing that's kind of weird is they're real basic UI. I like lights and flashy stuff. So
But you like
but that's just me. That's just me. It's
colorful radios, right? Yeah.
So other than that, you know, like we got guys that come in. And it's like, you know, I'm buying this. That's your wife's radio. She's never. That's a new Bronco in the back. We're doing some stuff on it. Finally got one in. Yay! So, yep. Hey, we finally got a Hurricane Cali.
Hey, man. Sorry to hear that.
I mean, it sounds like a party to me. He's smiling, you know. It's like,
me, of course.
Fax X was filmed a 40-minute drive from where I live. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. I mean, 40 minutes, though, is... I feel like 40 minutes is a pretty far drive.
I mean, like what?
I don't know, but
Tampa?
Well, who knows? I mean,
Tampa with traffic?
You've seen the roads, man, in the movie. Like, I feel like no one's in a hurry to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to go.
I don't know. I mean,
I want to go to Portugal.
I would go. I would go in a heartbeat. Why wouldn't you go? I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you add external fuse holders if the radio has one? So, like, if there's a fuse in the back of the radio, that's it. That's all it gets. Most cars, the radio is fused at the fuse box. So, you got to remember, fuses are funny little things. We put a lot of credit into what a fuse can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fuse underneath the hood of the car, that is there to protect the car. Mm-hmm. That is it. That's all it does, is protects the car. It does not protect the amplifiers. If there's a short somewhere past that fuse, it blows this fuse. That's what it does. It's not going to help the amplifiers at all. Hopefully the amplifiers either have fuses built into them and or some kind of a stopgap built in, like Rockford and all those guys have. They don't fuse them. They have a microprocessor that does magic. But like the fuse distribution block you put in the back is made to protect the amplifiers from the other amplifier. That's really what those are for. So, and even them, sometimes it's like, because, you know, I can backfeed and blow into the other amplifier.
And the only thing when you add in a fuse is if the manufacturer asks you to do that, right?
What he said.
So if the manufacturers tell you to run a fuse for the radio, do it.
Yeah.
So you don't have any problems. For example, the GS9 is telling you to add a fuse for the radio.
Yeah, because they want you to get a different power source.
Right.
So they don't want you to use the fuse behind they don't want you to use the wire behind the radio because the factory wire isn't big enough to power that. Yeah, so they want you to run like a 12 gauge out to the battery.
All right, that was my comment for today.
Hey man, good job. Oh, first time viewing live. And boy, do I have some questions. I'm hoping you can help me and potentially others with. Okay.
Hey, yeah.
So John will, Fernando, keep a lookout for whatever.
John, thank you for watching. And if it's too long, your questions, try to break it
into multiple questions.
You put like number 1, number 2, number 3, so we can get to it.
They speak goofy Spanish in Portugal. That's why.
I like it.
Isn't it Portuguese?
It's Portuguese.
I was gonna say, don't they? Do you like Scar? Does it matter? I think is the question. Does it matter what I like?
If you ask me?
I mean, so preface it with,
it's what you like.
If you're not on my team, you suck, is what a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
You know, so if I have an iPhone, you have an Android phone, I immediately have to hate you. I don't. I can be understanding and compassionate for anybody. Do I like Scar Audio? I feel Scar Audio fills a niche in this industry along with a lot of other brands that reduce the entry point to get into car audio. So, you know, if you're new to the game, you can go out and you can buy, or you just want a small system and you don't really want to, you know, blow a bunch of money because you might not have a bunch of money. Scar Audio and others like it will allow you to get into car audio. And at the end of the day, the most important thing in my world, at least, is that you get into car audio. Okay. Because, you know, if you get into car audio, like I got into car audio, Angels in the house. Buddy? I got into car audio in high school. Okay, in high school, back then, $3.35 an hour was minimum wage, and so you know, granted things were cheaper, but not much. And so I was buying anything I could. The first CD player that I bought was an Alpine 7909 that I had to finance for $1,100. The first time I went into debt was to buy an Alpine CD player. How stupid was that? Bought it from Stereorama. And, you know, I kept that thing forever. Like, it went into, like, 3 people's, like, Sue had in her car at some point before we got married. Another friend of mine had it in his car. So it made its round. It was definitely worth $1,000 I spent on it, but it was the most expensive thing I'd ever bought in my life other than my car up until that point. But I had some cheaper radios and knew that it was time to get a better radio. So, you know, those guys fill that, I don't know what this car audio stuff is about. I'm just going to buy something. And you buy something and then you play with it and then you find out what you do and don't like, you know, for the cheap. And then you're like, hey, you know what? This really isn't a do it for me. I think I'm going to spend a little bit more money. Or I'm going to buy something a little better built or whatever, you know, thing you want to throw in there. So there's a place for it. And it doesn't matter whether I have like for it or not. I like the fact that you're buying car audio. Other than that, that's all that matters.
All right. Let's start with John.
John, here we go. New 2024 Wrangler with Alpine. Pack does not have a supported device. Trying to find out how do I pull a... Trying to find out how do I pull a full range signal so I can use my existing 4-channel VXI amp to power replacement front and sub. Right now...
Before you do that, so it's like, I got a kicker key lock, but
not gonna help us.
You know, Fernando Alpine has crossovers, would not allow me to pull signals, need locks.
Yeah. So here's what we know about 2024. We're pretty sure the conversation we had with friends of ours that it speaks the same language as all the previous Chrysler stuff. However, there's a plug issue right now because they don't have the new plug for it yet, and they haven't gone in to do it. So the reality is we're probably 6 months away from having a solution for that Jeep. So if you were to go, I want to do something today, the reality is your 4-channel amp is not going to be the thing that you need. It's not. It's just not going to work for you because it is a fully active system, meaning The speakers on the dash are on their own channels. Speakers on the top of the dash are on their own channels as well. Rear speakers are, there again, same problem. And the sub is on a similar thing. Lastly, the DSR1 is not an option as I need to keep Alpine amps and rears and stocks and stuff. And
Alpine
and that's fine. So here's if John, if you're in like I need to do something right away, okay. The reality is you could take your VXI amplifier and connect it to the front mid bass and the front dash speaker, okay. And the VXI has enough power to get in there and deal with whatever that factory is going to be doing. It's an Alpine system, so you will need the LGD grays from Audio Control, the load resistors that they make. As of right now, we're assuming those will work because there's not a ton of 2024s out there that people have played with yet. So we're hoping that it uses the same technology, which would be if you have an Alpine system, you need the gray LGDs from Audio Control. So you could take that VXI, you put it on an upgraded front stage, and you could go with that. Now, the Alpine system has a center channel, which could get weird. So there's a lot of things that could just go kooky on it. This might be time where you go, maybe it's time to sell the VXI amplifier and upgrade to a bigger multi-channel amplifier, something that has like 10 channels or 12 channels or 8 channels of audio that you can do a lot of things with as opposed to just a 4-channel.
Yes.
So 4 channels are great
Limited.
if you're only powering 4 speakers. And that's kind of where we're at with a lot of this. So right now, the answer would be you can either wait 6 months until someone comes out with a solution, just drive around, have a good time. Or if you're in a hurry to get it done,
we need more channels.
Need more channels. So next. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was going to say, you got it queued up, man.
Yeah.
What amp pro would you recommend for a 2022 Chevy Tahoe with Bose? I wish there was an amp pro for a Chevy. There isn't one. There's no amp pro available for you at all. Metra did make one, and it did have some issues, which we were aware of, and we reported to them. And right now, the unit has been temporarily suspended, meaning you can't get it at current because they're going back and trying to address said problems. So we'll just have to wait and see if and when that one comes back on the market. There again, could be a month, could be 3 months, could be a week. Who knows?
Yep.
Right now, the solution to that is as done until, like, that's usually what we do, is that has 7 channels of audio out. There's 2 channels for the front 2 speakers, 2 channels for the mid-range, 2 channels for the rear, and a channel for the sub. If you're trying to keep it as simple as possible, you can throw 7 channels of amplification in there, a 6-channel and a mono block, power everything back up, and be rocking and rolling. It does have what we like to call the all-pass filters built into them, and you have to, if you want to do new time alignment, you do have to buy a DSP that can allow you to integrate into them. Like when we had Jeff on the other day, he talked about the new audio control software does have that capability to do that. However, you may want to get into a little bit bigger DSP, so to speak, because there could also be time delay, which they don't account for in that. But that's really the problem with that. It's a simple enough car if you just throw 7 channels of audio in it to make it louder and more exciting. And then if you throw some equalization on top of it without the time alignment, you're good to go. The problem that everyone runs into in 2022 is they want to put a tweeter in the dash. You cannot put a tweeter in the dash unless you plan on fixing all the issues and creating a full range signal out of it, which is a pain in the butt. Most people just put the new 2.5s in the dash, 6x9s in the door, and you're rocking and rolling. Everything is great. So my recommendation to you would be do that. Replace speaker for speaker, meaning there's a 2.5 in the dash, put a 2.5 in the dash, 6x9, coaxial, 7 channels of audio, and call it easy. I so wanted your Glowforge, man. I just don't know how I would get it.
So what I would do is
I'm not driving up to Illinois to pick it up.
He can drive back here,
yeah,
enjoy it.
So back to the Jeep question, John. It's Phantom Chris, who happens to work for PAC. It says the CH41 with the CH42 AP. The 42, which is the new cable, may work. We just haven't confirmed because we can't get one to try.
So
it's not entirely true, but yes, it may work. I don't know. I don't think it does. I think it really depends on what factory radio it has, I think.
And because you are a consumer, it's like in the end of the day, it's just hard.
Yeah, no, it is.
It is hard, trying to. All right, I'm gonna put here.
Okay. Oh, cool picture. That's an angry panda.
I like it.
I was wondering what stereo installation wire set fits the newer Chevy GMC Express. Yeah, okay. Without OnStar and no steering wheel buttons. Did you look it up? Because I need a year.
I don't know what year.
Yeah.
But if you go to packaudio.com and you type the year of your Express van, it would tell you.
Yeah, so take the comment away.
Yep.
Let's remove this.
Trench.
I'll do it. I got it.
Okay.
All right, so this page right here is what we like to put up. And if you take a screenshot right now, these are the places that you can go to find what you're looking for. pack-audio.com, maestro.idatalink.com, metroonline.com. Those top three, one of those guys is going to make an interface for your truck. That's what you got. Those are the guys. Now, before don't hold tight. Hold tight.
I'm holding.
Because what we need to do before we forget is, hey, we got this little thing that we do on Facebook called the 12 Volt Clean Wire Club, and every week Fernando digs through it and finds a picture to post. And this week, is this Christian?
That's Christian, man.
This week, Christian, uber fan of the show. Christian, there you go, and he's using a T-Spec fuse holder.
Yeah.
These are brought to you by the fine folks at Metro, which make T-Spec and Tsunami.
Yep.
Thank them a lot for supporting the show and supporting the 12 Volt Clean Wire Club. So if you're looking for something awesome, we use them all the time, and next week they're going to learn about all the Tsunami stuff.
Next week, guys.
No, this week.
This week, guys.
Wednesday. You guys are going to learn all about the new Tsunami stuff.
Look at that guy.
Yeah, that's him right
He's
there.
so happy
look,
now.
Oh, look at him. That's crazy. There we go. We'll bring that back. There
you
Christian.
Go. It's you, bro.
Yeah, good job. Good job, Christian. Now, hopefully he can take it out and put something else in the car like you like.
Oh, no. I think this is an older one.
Oh, it's probably.
But
he just changes.
I like that one because
it's Morel.
It looks cool.
Okay, so let me bring this up here also. So we're going to turn that on. This first portion of the show, or should I say the next portion of the show, is brought to us by the fine folks at focal-america.com. What we're looking at here is the new K2 Power M's. Last week we had the pleasure of doing a set of KX3s. KRX3, I don't know.
KX3s?
Yeah. Focal K2 speakers. Yep. And a Mustang. The week before that, we put them in that Ford, whatever the heck that thing was. It wasn't a Mustang. The Focus.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a Ford.
Either way, 2 sets back to back. So awesome. Totally enjoyed doing that. If you're looking for an amazing speaker, head over to focal-america.com. Also, a proud sponsor of taking us to Dallas, Texas for Knowledge Fest, which we'll be at leaving early Thursday morning to head over to Dallas so we can get there. Like, I'll pick you up at 4 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So, anyways, thank you, Focal, for being a sponsor of the show. Moving on.
All right. Let's talk about the same house in here.
What?
It's the same house.
When running Moscone 8-12 Aerospace DSP on a 530 amp, do you limit your amp's output by using direct DSP mode? So that is a great option, Chris. And the short answer is, yeah, you might as well. However, the nice thing is that's where I start. Okay, just hit the button. So on the amplifiers, they have not this one. This is the 830, has the DSP built into it. But on the 430, the 530, and all the Pro amplifiers have a button that you just press, and it tells it that it bypasses the gain stage and allows you to plug into your Moscone DSP. And gains are gone. Because the amplifier or the DSP does have a gain section in there that you can up and down a little bit. So last week, my boy Andy Waymeyer from Audio Frog answered a question for another friend of ours, and I loved it. I took a screenshot. I was that happy because he wrote it, and once Andy says it, that pretty just much makes it the rules, right? Is that how we can? So, anyways, I start with the button pressed in. If I'm not getting enough output, then I will undo the button. I will go into the gain stage, and I will start screwing with things. Because, yeah, why not? If I feel I'm not getting the volume that I need. Great place to start. Great place to start. And if it does everything you need it to, leave it alone. Yeah, move on. Good evening, fellas. Received my wire ruler today, ready to start my new build. Quick question. Do you guys recommend a certain house curve to use a DSP tuning? No, I don't. So the reality is each speaker has a sound signature, right? And the house curve is cool, but speakers have some characteristic to them, right? Like they make certain sounds that some can be annoying and some can't. If a speaker's making a problem sound, that's one thing, we remove it. But if we try to make every car sound the same with a house curve, I don't know, it just seems kind of boring. So, like for example, like Focal. Focal always has a hump in the tweeters. They always do. 6.8, 8K, it always this nice bump. Now, a lot of people are going to go in there and they're going to flatten that out. And it's like, but that's what the speakers do naturally. Why would I want to? So I just match them. Okay? And that's what I spend a lot of time doing is just matching the output. So, sometimes one looks like this, one looks like that. Well, it's my job to match their outputs, not so much take away the characteristics of the speaker. Now, if there's a goal that I'm trying to do, well, then, yeah, of course, you want to neuter the shit out of them. But for the most part, no, that's not my intention. My intention is to let the speaker be the speaker and just kind of get them to match within reality. I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's a 500 hertz through the ceiling, no, that's coming away because I hate that frequency. 315 sucks too, and 3.150 also sucks. But no, I don't really have a house curve that I like. It's just whatever the speakers are doing. We let them be themselves. We let them be unique.
Perfect.
Which isn't something you can do in Florida. You can't be unique. Go ahead. Keep moving.
All right. So when running a Mosconi A212 aerospace,
we literally just talked about this for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, never mind.
Are you playing along, man?
I'm trying to.
Oh, you gotta just click on the next one. You can do it, Fernando.
It's so many.
How do you feel about the all-in-one enclosures with built-in amps? I don't want a bunch of stuff in my trunk. Rockford makes the P300 series. There's like five of them. There's an 8, a 10, a 12, another 10 and a 12, different shape, and then they have the P500. We use tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of them.
But for the truck, it has to be the T. If you for the
T
truck
version. So it's like a P300 T.
P300.
Yeah. Either way, they have a truck version. Kicker just came out with a downfiring. So they took a Comp RT box that downfires to the floor, put a 500 watt amplifier into it. We played with that. That's also really nice if you're trying to do that downfire enclosure that they make. Was cool. And then also Gladen at Gladen.com, Mosconi guys, they make a universal amplifier. So you take the speaker cup out of the box and you slide this amplifier. It screws in, looks just like a speaker cup, has power ground, all that fun stuff. And it turns any box into an amplified enclosure. It's pretty cool. You can find that over at Gladen.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Moving on. Hey guys, is there a DAC plus preamp product on the market? Not a full radio because I need to keep factory radio. Limited on sound quality to factory radio DAC. Thank you. So what you have is, as far as like if you want something that is a high quality portable unit. So like Sony makes the new Walkman, FiO makes their units, Aster and Current, whatever, AK. They make handheld, portable, high-res audio players. Okay, and then those can connect via either digital, depending on the, like plug it into a DSP into the TOS link input, or you can get something like
the AMOS.
Yeah, AMOS. I can't reach it.
Yeah.
Like this guy right here, which is the AMOS 96K, which is a high-res Bluetooth streamer. This has a TOS link output and RCAs. This is made to plug into a DSP. Some DSPs also have this feature built into them, where you can either take a digital in and or high-res. Some have Wi-Fi. Helix has a Wi-Fi option, I believe. So that's basically what you do. If you go with Helix or Audison, who both make pieces, you can get their little controller, the little conductor controller, and then the Audison is just a copy of it, because it's a knob. Let's be honest, it's just a knob. There's no copy.
It's
a knob. So you can have that knob, and you can adjust, volume and switch between radio and your portable player. So yes, there is stuff available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Hey guys, finally caught back up with you. I asked before, but we never got around to an answer. What head unit would you recommend? Alpine ILX 507 or the Kenwood DM 908? Or Kenwood 958? Alpine 507 seems to have OS leg. Is the 958 worth 150 more just to get high res? Okay, so the simple answer to this question is yes. Yes, it is totally worth whatever it is they're asking. The 958 just kicks ass. Okay, that's the radio. That's the radio I show everyone when they walk in. If they go, "Hi, I want a radio," I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what your budget is. I show everyone the 958 because that's the radio you want. At the end of the day, that's the radio everybody wants. Now, not everyone can afford it, and I totally understand. But is it worth saving the extra $150 to buy it? God, yes. Please do.
So finally, we're gonna meet 25 to live.
Oh, very nice. This Friday. Can't make it Thursday, huh? Well, Friday will be at the Omni, so the bar sometime after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got a show Brian and I have a show to do.
Thursday?
Friday. Thursday will be Friday. Friday. We have that interview we're doing. So I think it starts between 9:30 and 10, and then goes to like 11. But I know it sounds whatever.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, and we're not going to share it anywhere where like people could enjoy it. If one amp has a 200 amp rating and the other has a 120 amp rating, you would put a 320 amp fuse. I mean, in a perfect world, you'd say yes, but the reality is no. You'd probably find with a 300 amp fuse and not a 320 amp fuse because those are max current ratings, and I'm assuming one of those is probably a highs amp, and its maximum amount of output, which you're never going to get to, would be 120 amps. So you're fine putting a 300 amp fuse, and I would put a fuse between the two products to protect the smaller amp from the bigger amp, because that's the one that's going to go crazy. So yeah, 300 amps should be fine. Perfect. Ooh, wow, we got a perfect for Fernando. I have
1999 Acura RL without navigation and with 6-speaker premium audio. I'm installing a Kenwood DNX 7100. They don't make a wine harness. The harness for 98 model fits, but how do I retain all the 6 speakers?
So, yes, they don't make a harness for that because there's an amplifier in the car. So you have to go to the amplifier and hardwire it in. I mean, it's
not like the amplifiers on the kick.
Well, an Acura could be in the kick, could be in the center console, could be in the rear. I don't know. But the reality of it is you're going to have to go to the amplifier and hardwire it in. It's just what it is. It's an older car. You got to do that. Or you can run new wires, whichever you want to do. And if the 6-speaker system is comprised of 2 tweeters, 2 mid-range, and 2 rear speakers, then you need to combine the front 2 speakers together and make sure there's a passive crossover somewhere in the tweeter. Because if it's a channel on the amplifier, which it may be, I don't remember, then the amplifier is actually going to cross over the tweeter. So you'd have to put like a 4.7 or a 3.3 microfarad cap on that tweeter, or unless you're just going to go with new speakers. But
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Elias?
You're doing great today, man. How were the SQ cars? So I listened to 2 cars while I was there. I listened to Mike Eckley's Phantom truck that had all the new audio control stuff in it. And it sounded wonderful. It sounded like, I was like, okay, yeah, it sounded exactly like I thought it would.
Okay.
And then we both listened to the FJ Cruiser.
Yes.
Which the FJ Cruiser was built, so the box and the amp rack was built by Bobby Gately. And then he had somebody else do all the other stuff. Had like 6.5s on the A-pillar with some beryllium true eaters.
What was the
Centurion? It's a home audio.
Yeah.
So, and then it had a 6.5 and an 8-inch in the kick panel that they built boxes for. And then everything was playing from a FiO. He had a Sony in the dash, the
GS9.
Yeah, but he wasn't using it for anything other than turn the radio on. And then he had a Brax DSP.
That was a Brax.
Fernando and I both thought that would take the cake. Like that would be the winner because it sounded amazing.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that car.
Yeah, that was some next level crazy shit.
That was good.
Hi from Boston. Thanks for the audio control show last week. No, thank you for watching. Dean, in response to matching the tweeters, aren't you supposed to cut first, boost last? It sounds as if you're dating that you boost the surrounding frequencies to match the peak in the tweeter. No, that wasn't what I was trying to say at all. No. Okay, so let's go back at this. So I start with the passenger side, okay, which is usually the weak side, okay? And I make my curve, as we say, meaning I get it to where it looks the best, no peaks, no valleys, but I'm not ripping it to the floor and just taking all the life out of it. When I go to the driver's side is always going to be the louder side. It's closer to the mic. It's just going to be the louder side. So what I'm doing is now I'm adjusting the driver's side down to match my passenger side. So there's no boosting done anywhere. Okay, there's no, and if the driver's side is missing something, well, I just copy it over to the passenger side. So if there's like something not there, for whatever reason, I just add it over to the passenger side so that they match. But what I was getting at is I'm not removing the character of the speaker by adjusting it to a flat ass house curve that has no life in it. I want the speakers to be themselves. That's why you buy a Focal or a Morale or whatever brand you bought. They have a sound to them. I don't want to remove it all. I want it to, you don't do that unless you're buying a DSP. So why would I want to neuter the speakers? So no, there's no boost to make the driver. No, it's cut to make the two match, but I'm not cutting just to cut. Meaning I'm not drawing a line on this graph and going, oh, I need to remove all this. That just seems silly. So the speaker has a natural boost in it because it's just the way it plays, So that's what we mean by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I don't like if there's a dip somewhere and like this side has it and this. No, I'm bringing it. They have to match. But no, we're cutting. We're always cutting. Cut. Just like your hair. Hi. Do factory Dodge radios have a max input voltage for headphone jacks? I was thinking of hooking up a portable DAC to iPhone to play high res. Just don't want to fry the radio with 2 4-volt. Okay, so great question. Unfortunately, your aux jack on your Dodge is the biggest turd in the market. Okay, like your factory aux jack is the worst thing ever. It's terrible. You will not get the benefit of having an expensive DAC because the aux jack itself sucks.
Anthony, I just want to say, what year is your car? Because if it has a headphone jack,
Yeah, it's
I'm
garbage.
sure they probably make a radio for your car. And to be honest, that would be awesome if you're able to change the radio. You get better results.
Yeah. Thanks, Fang. Hey guys, we just talked about them. Audio control. We just got the opportunity to hear the Eckley Phantom,
Mm-hmm.
and then this
AK
weekend,
Phantom.
this Thursday, we'll get the chance to hear the Phantom Chris Phantom.
Oh,
Yeah, it has all the audio control speakers in it. Jordan's car was there, and she played in the money round. She did really well.
yeah.
She did really well.
I mean, everybody was awesome. You know. I don't know how Will did.
I didn't ask. Pro wrestling is more reality than pro football.
What are you talking about?
I'm not going to disagree with you. Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you. Yes, dude. Have you ever watched Undertaker versus Mankind?
Yes.
The cage match.
Probably. I mean,
so Mick Foley, who is Mankind, took on the Undertaker in this giant cage match.
Yeah.
It is like the match of matches. I was on YouTube the other day, and it was like the 20-year anniversary of it, and they Undertaker and Mick Foley watched it together. They haven't watched it together ever, and they sat down and they both watched it, and it's like a 20-minute fight.
Yeah.
And it was just hilarious to watch the two of them talk about this match.
You know, when we went to see right here the WW.
What's up, Dan?
Awesome. What's up, man?
Dan
was one of the
Clean
competitors. Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
Serious question. How does Nando deaden a third brake light that had, oh God, really?
Has a back window interior glass?
He doesn't usually. I have to crawl back there and do it. And it's usually a lot of foam. Lots of foam. Lots of foam. You know, because foam on the outside, so when you put it in, it's touching the glass. Yeah.
I mean, the best way is to remove
I knew one of you guys would know it. Andrew, King of the Ring, 98. Yeah. Dude, that was such an awesome match.
Christian, what you need to do is just remove the glass and done.
Remove the glass?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know about that, but usually weather stripping across, and then sometimes what you end up having to do is pull the whole rear deck out and put a strip all the way across the back where it, you know, when it goes in and it touches the window. Oh, it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What else you got? I got a C1 69X coax for the front doors of a 2023 Outback, 2023 Outback. Because I wasn't expecting to like car audio as much as I would, I also upgraded the stock tweeters. Worth it to switch to components. Okay, so we're dealing with a factory system here. It's always tricky when you're just popping speakers in and out of a factory system because you really, until you get that speaker out, like what is the ohm load of the tweeter? Is it a standard 4 ohm? Is it 8 ohm? Is it 2 ohm? Because all those things will, like you could get the best tweeter in the world to put in there and the ohm load is wrong or the efficiency is totally off and it sounds worse. So is there a better tweeter out there? For sure. Is there a better component set out there? Probably. But it's going to be a lot of work trying to figure it out. So the question I always ask people is, what are you trying to do as far as, like, you don't have to answer me, but what is it you're trying to get that it's not doing? Because sometimes swapping out the speakers don't do that. Sometimes you need like new equalization, you know, or something along those lines. So yeah, I would love to say yes to this, but it's just too big of a question to just be like, yeah, do that, because it doesn't always work that way.
Will you say yes to the dress?
No, I hate that shit.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Thanks for recommending the Audio Control D6-1200. I bought it. It's fantastic. I want a better head unit. Would you recommend the Kenwood Exelon? Yeah. No, I'm still going with that one. For sound quality. Yeah, listen, whichever one you like, buy it, because those are two amazing radios. Okay, so you're not, those are a good solid choice. So pick one or the other. You're going to be happy either way because they're both badass. You know, yeah. I mean, if you like the floating screen, then go with the Kenwood 1058.
Yeah.
Parametric EQ for the win. But I mean, you already have. Nah, you don't really need that because you got DSP. Just pick whichever one you like. You know, I'm not a floating screen guy, so
No?
I'm not. No, just remove the glass. There you go. He agrees with you. Pull the glass out. Nobody needs that crap. Glass is for wussies.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go here. How do I know what size resistor I need to make tweeters active 4 ohm or base blockers running 21 RMS? Okay, so resistors are not what you need for tweeters. You need capacitors. When most tweeters, when you buy them, come with some form of capacitor.
Capacitors.
Yeah, for that. Most tweeters, if you don't have one, are going to either need a 3.3 or a 4.7 microfarad capacitor. 4.7 is going to be for a bigger tweeter that can play a little lower. 3.3 is going to be for a smaller tweeter that you need to play a little higher. One of those two will make pretty much every tweeter tweet like a bird. So that's what you want to be looking for. Okay. Yeah?
Yeah. Ready?
Okay. Yeah. Do it.
Here we go. Boom.
When you make connections in a harness with multiple wires, do you stagger them or make them even? So when I'm dealing with something big like an RCA, I prefer to stagger them. When I'm making a wiring harness, no, because I'm soldering them. They don't get really thick. So no, I like them to line up. What I do though is to keep it from getting to be that I split the harness apart. So like the speaker wires are off by themselves. The wires that aren't being used are by themselves, and the power wire, the electrical, those are, so you have like 3 groups. So it's not just one big bundle. I separate them into multiple bundles, so that depending on what I'm doing, I can kind of plan for the future. I also add in extra wiring, so I always add in a constant 12-volt accessory, ground, and remote. But if I'm doing a radio or I'm using deck power, I'm still taking those speaker wires and putting them off by themselves, because you might add a 4-channel amp one day, or a 5-channel, 10-channel, whatever, and I don't want to have to go back in and remove all the tape off and cut it. I can just have them by themselves and cut it, do what I need to do, and not. So I try to build a harness in a way that I don't ever have to go back into it. I have serviceability or upgradability, as it would be, there and ready to be had.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What do you got?
I mean,
looking forward to seeing you soon to work on the RAM. Can't wait.
The RAM?
Can't even think about it right now. Car gift's got to go. See you, buddy.
Oh, man.
It happens. It's just what it is. Thanks for what you guys do. My daily driver Sonata still playing great after learning about harness and wiring from you guys a few years back. Back to learn about getting better sound out of what I have. Are you kidding me? Like, who would call that?
Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's a spam risk. Yeah, I like spams. Oh, so there's a new restaurant and that just opened up in Dunedin. It's a Hawaiian restaurant and they have spam. And Haley super enjoys spam.
Really?
So, oh yeah. So, Baba, I get it, man. I actually took a phone call about that today. Hey, man, do your thing, bro. Right or wrong, do your thing. There we go. Moving on. Who makes better subs nowadays? Pioneer or Kenwood, in your opinion?
That's...
Okay. We don't build boxes. Okay, I'm just okay. Here we go. We don't build boxes. Kenwood makes one of the coolest boxes. It's a clear and it's a ripoff of JL. That's what it is. It's just a cheaper version of it as far as like the idea that they're doing is JL has been doing it for years. Flattery or copy is the best form of flattery. I don't know. Either way. So Kenwood boxes are pre-made. That has to be a joke. So we actually do a decent amount of Kenwood subwoofers in their preloaded boxes. They sound really, really good. Like we had one in Haley's car for a really long time. It sounds
Right.
Yeah.
There was somebody that say those subwoofers, Kenwood subwoofers, they sound pretty good. Somebody made boxes for that.
I don't know. I just buy the we
No,
just
I know.
Yeah, we do the loaded ones, and
I
they
remember
kick ass
somebody
and take
tell
names.
us. Yeah.
Because I think we have a 212 up there or 112. Or, I don't know. We because like I like the Kenwoods just because they make them in a box and they come with grills and you can fire them down or you can fire them back. So there again, I'm a utilitarian guy. I like stuff that solves a problem. Their woofers to me solve a problem. We got a guy that comes in and like they got a grocery getter and they're like, I need to be able to stuff a bunch of crap back here, but I want big sound. And it's like, but I have a smaller budget. And it's like, Kenwood, put them in there. They make an entry level and they make an Exelon version. I can just drop them right in. Pioneer makes that little 8-inch enclosure. We use that every now and then in F-150. So it's just whatever works. Whatever we have that we know will do what we need it to do, we go with that. Paul does have everything in the shop, so that does make things easier. So we can pick and choose the parts that we know will work the best for what we're trying to do. Click this one here. Going to be installing a Sony GS 3-way component bi-amped. Plan on 80 hertz bottom for the mid bass. What bottom would you use for the mid-range section? I would probably start somewhere in the 300 to 350 range. Would be the best place to start for that. Play that, and if you feel you have a little too much scariness going on there, bump it up to you can start at 350, which seems to be the universal number. It's like 3.2, 350, 80. Most speakers will work pretty well in those categories. So, yeah, if you feel like you get a little too much, then go up to 300 and then move the crossover on the top of that. What can you tell me about a DQ61? I have a new one in the box I was given. I can tell you it's been discontinued. So sad. It is if you're looking for an analog EQ / high level to low level adapter, it's a great piece to have. We used to install them back before the DM608, DM810 DSPs. That was kind of like the first, here we go, we can put in an EQ / high level to low level adapter. And it does pretty well. The one thing I will tell you, if you do decide to use it, is that the volume, the gains, the knobs, the EQ bands, you really don't need to go past 3 o'clock on the up if you're going to boost, because it's like a 12 dB boost, and man, it will rail wow. So very little adjustment on. Don't go crazy, man. If you got anything at total 3, whoo, there must be one hell of a dip in the car. But yeah, so 1, 2 o'clock, yeah, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Oh, hi guys. Would using the optical connection on an Atomo S8 or whatever S8 Android to a decent DSP amp get around any sound quality issues from the head unit? I'm new, trying to make the most of what I have. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because you're taking that out of the problem. So you're taking the factory radio out, and anytime you can bypass the crappy source to a better source, it will sound better. So if you have a DSP amp that has some form of a digital input and you can get a digital output out of your device, oh yeah, go for it, man. It will definitely sound better and you will be happier. For sure. Totally. Evening, gents. What's up, Fro?
What's up, Fro?
Dude, my voice is shredded. I need to give it a rest. Not this week. Definitely not this week.
I mean, we cut up with everything. Wow.
What was that? Okay. I'm a traveling man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's no fun to just let me read some of these comments and laugh at them because there are
Yeah,
some.
you
There are.
can't do
I know
that.
I can't do that. I'm
Like,
just.
you know,
It's you know.
you got to put it up so
Okay.
everybody can laugh.
Is Gladen or Moscone? So we went with Focal at the beginning, and we didn't do DSP. So good question, Frank. So we have been doing the this. Hold on, we have been doing this right here, and so oh no, that was the audio control one. Anyways, where did the this one? Hold on, we have been doing this one. Okay, so this is what we've been doing, running that for the last couple weeks. And, we've covered a lot of big topics on them. And with all the planning and stuff like that we had to do to get ready for leaving, I didn't really come up with them. And then Fernando and I kind of talked about it. And so he was like, maybe we should just cut it back to maybe once or twice a month. It's as opposed to just like cramming in there like we do. I have a tendency to do that. So yeah, we'll probably save that for like once a month. And then after we get through the Moscone stuff, we'll move on into like audio control and Helix and all that other fun stuff. So we'll just maybe make it maybe once or twice a month. We'll go in and play with that stuff. But question is 5-star, which model Kenwood preloaded subwoofer? So if you go into the KenwoodUSA.com and you look at the Exelon, the boxes are identical. So you have a regular Kenwood and you have a Kenwood Exelon. They make them in a 10 and a 12. And they come in a single or a dual. So I like the ones with the red stripe because it's Exelon. You get a 2-year warranty. So to me, that makes more sense. But there you go. Click it.
Yeah. No, I know it's fine.
What do you got?
I got.
Do you want me to click it?
No. Hang on.
Why not?
I got this one.
Okay, you got that one. Ever seen a DSP knockout FM radio reception? A DSP? No. A Class D amplifier? Yes. So I'm assuming if you have a DSP, there's an amp in there. The DSP won't do it, but the amplifier sure as heck will. Class D is not a friend of FM or AM. So if it's a not shielded amplifier, then it will totally destroy your reception if it's mounted anywhere near the antenna. So, yeah, kind of sucks a lot. Yeah. So, a lot of the times it's a sub amp, so to speak, because that's the big powerful one. The easiest way to test for that is to just pull power on it, shut it down, and see if your FM comes back. Now, if it's a DSP only amp, then obviously you can't do that. But yeah, it's usually Class D circuitry that's causing your FM loss. Hey guys, Focal, Helix build, sub have gone out again. Anyway, you can, I don't know, man. There's a possibility. Maybe Wednesday. I'll have Paul give you a call. Just depends on whether we get everything we got to get done this week before we leave. So, yeah, maybe Wednesday. I'll let you know. Yeah, Baba, what the heck are you doing? Okay, there we go. If you could do an install on any famous car from TV movies, which one would it be? I don't have one.
No, really?
No, maybe.
The DeLorean.
Oh, you know what? I know what it would be. No one will even know what this is. So there's a TV show called The Fall Guy. Starred Lee Majors back in the late 70s, early 80s. He had this awesome GMC pickup truck, kind of like the old. I would do that.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Had the roll bar with the big KC lights on the top. Total 70s pickup truck, single cab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the one. I'd do a system in that for sure.
Perfect.
Yep, that was it. That's all I got.
I remember that show. He says.
Yeah. He was a stuntman / bounty hunter. Alan just got done. Alan Lindy just got done doing a Night Rider.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was his. I think that was his installer of the year video. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So, but he just got done doing a Night Rider car. It took him forever, but it turned out really nice.
Yeah.
When doing time alignment on a three-way set, what driver do you measure for? So I'm guessing, are you going passive? I'm assuming you're going passive, so you have a three-way passive set. We measure to all 6 speakers, and then depending on where they're at in the car, we're either going to use the math for the mid-range or the mid-bass. I like to start with the mid-range because usually that's where the main vocal comes from, and to me, that's usually what works. Some people start with the mid-bass. I go with the speaker that's producing the most sound that I'm going to be listening to, which is the mid-range. So I would start there, but we measured all the speakers because, it's just easier. Hello, Dean and Fernando. It's been too long. Daniel from Oklahoma. Hope I can get to Clearwater soon.
Yeah, man.
We may be here.
Not next week. Well, this week.
No, we'll be there next week. We just won't be here this week.
Not
this week. We're leaving.
Thursday through Sunday, we're not going to be here.
Yeah. So here's what we got. You're done.
All right, bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Yep. So the plan for the rest of the week, for those of you guys, is obviously Hi-Fi Vega, and I will not be doing the Thursday show because we'll be at Jay's Tent in Dallas, Texas.
That's right. We're going to be there.
So hopefully we'll do a little bit of live there. I know we'll do some live there. We have to do that because it'll be fun. We'll walk you around, show you everybody that showed up. Maybe just show you some tacos. I don't know. We'll do it from there. And then after that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll be in Dallas at the Omni doing the Knowledge Fest thing. We have 2 classes that we're teaching Saturday and Sunday on the show floor, modern wire techniques. And then Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, we're going to be teaching I don't even know what the class is called. It's some kind of video photography class. I don't know. But really the fun part is we've added in, because the industry awards have just started. So Installer of the Year, Trusted Tech, Retailer of the Year, all those fun things have just started. And we've added in a portion to address that, to help people do better videos and possibly win. So that'll be a lot of fun, and that's going to be Saturday morning. Monday, we'll be back. We're back here. We'll be doing it. So next week will be all good to go and back to normal.
You're not going to show them how to make millions of dollars with YouTube?
I'm going to show everyone how to make millions of dollars with YouTube. For sure. Oh, always. There will be videos that are going to be posting. So for those of you guys who are like, oh man, no, there'll be all the videos will be up and ready for you guys. So you get installer diaries will be Thursday. You have a review on Wednesday. So we will not be doing the news on Friday morning as of right now, which, I don't know, may or may change. Amy's going to be there. That'd be funny to actually do like a news show with Amy here.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be so cool. Like to have her like be part. So Amy, we say, okay, so CE Outlook is done by Amy. That's her page. And she's going to be in Dallas, and it would be funny to be able to, it would be cool to have her do the show. I doubt she would. You never know. I'm not going to say there won't be any news. The likelihood of is probably not going to happen, but maybe.
Gracias, Mr. Lara.
Maybe if we did, it wouldn't be anything like it normally is because we don't have all the switching and stuff.
Yeah.
That's usually why we don't do it.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
too hard to do
why. We don't know, man. Depends.
So
how
the plan
goes.
is always yes. The plan is always yes. However,
we don't know. We don't know.
We'll be there with Focal, Moscone, Gladen. I'm sure they'd love us to do that. And so I'm going to try really freaking hard, So I think what happens a lot of the times, Fernando, is that I want to do it, but like I remember at the wrong time. Because it's like when's the best time to do it? It's like the show floor.
Like we get busy, man, and it's like, okay, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and then it's like no time.
Yeah, it's very, very.
It's crazy.
I want to so bad. I'd like to go live at nighttime when we're in the bar at like 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We've done it before. We did.
Yeah, but that was just.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Built the A-Team van. Yeah, that'd be cool.
The A-Team van?
A-Team. Oh, B.A. Baracus van.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. But anyway, so that's what we got. Make sure to head over to Instagram for sure, because if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen on Instagram. So hopefully we'll see you guys there.
That's right.
Tomorrow we'll bring you up to speed on what's going on in the Bronco. We gave you a tour earlier today, so if you haven't headed to Instagram to check it out and see what's going on, definitely do that. If you're like, don't worry, we'll have it all uploaded next Monday so you can check and see what we did inside of that. And that's all we got for you guys. Thank you so much for spending your Monday with us. You guys go forth, Mary, and have a great rest of your week.
See you guys
tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, or we'll see you back here next Monday. Either way, it's going to be fun.
Guys. Bye.
See ya.